Yo,
What's
yo.
up? What's cracking? No Stammer hat. What's going on? What's that about?
This is Stammer Hat.
Oh, that's a sick Stammer hat. Oh, it is? Oh, that
Somebody
took me a
comment,
second.
somebody commented on that the other day. They were like, uh, one of my buddies from LA. He was like, "Oh, dude, is that like a what do you say,
Looks like a band logo.
Chrome Hearts?" He said it. He was like, "Oh, it looks like a Chrome Hearts hat," and I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, it's some expensive LA brand or something." And I was like, "Oh, well, I was taking notes from the Arc'teryx brand. They have like a vibe of something like
Yeah.
this, like with branches and stuff. But I was like, when I was working on this, I was like, oh, I just want to make it kind of like like what you said, a band, like a
Yeah,
metal
yeah, yeah.
band.
That's cool. I like it. Hang on.
Yeah.
I got it. OG.
Hey, there you go, the
There we
OG.
go. Stammer in the house.
Love it. I mean, yeah, I can send you one of these too because these are
Oh, I can
sick.
tell it's been in the closet for a while. Well, a little dirty.
There you go.
All right, all right. What's up, man? How's your week going?
Good. We had our major release for usage-based
Yep.
billing, so all of that went well. Um, Everything went according to plan. Essentially, we released it on midnight at our time, and I stayed up for a couple hours till about 2 or 3 a.m. just like testing and giving little minor feedbacks on things. And overall, it went pretty well. There wasn't any issues with major core functionality, and just some minor things that we had to fix. But other than that, it was pretty solid.
That's awesome.
And we had like 5 or 6 people join our office hours the next day, our support call, and I was like, oh no, like people are gonna get angry or they're gonna like I was like getting nervous or whatever. But the questions were just basically like just clarification questions, and how is this working the way I'm thinking it's working, and yeah, so like overall it went
That's
great.
awesome.
So
That's great. That's great. That's what you need.
after
It's nervous when you get a bunch of people jumping into sport after.
yeah, it does sound like your audio is coming from your computer, not your mic.
Having that problem all day. Okay, hang on. Thanks for letting me know.
Or it might, and maybe it is. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
Hello, test.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I think I need a new mic. This one's
Ah,
tripping out on me. That's all right. We'll edit it in Descript after. Descript editing, sound editing is normally pretty good.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, the what I've started to realize too more and more just in my personal and business life is we all have a narrative in our heads about things and about what customers are thinking or what other people in our life are thinking, and it's like we just have to go by what they say and what their actions are, not this self-addressed or self-added narrative of what customers are thinking, and let them tell you what they are thinking, and not try to overcomplicate things.
Yeah, it's so true. Most of your problems are made up. Like you just make them up in your head and you think
Yeah.
about solutions for them and you go over it, but it never actually comes to light.
Yeah, exactly. And it's tough because I think everyone does that in many aspects of their life. And when it comes to business, it's like, oh, there's money on the line. So I want to do well because if they think this thing or do that thing and it's not the way that they expect, then they'll get angry. And it's just like, no, just like they might not even have a problem with it at
Or
all.
they
And
might
that
not
was the
notice.
case here. Or they might not notice. Yeah.
I've seen this in like building the app. You overthink it and you end up building more and
Mm-hmm.
more and more and more shit. And I'm sure you do the same thing. And there just comes a
Yep.
point where you're like, okay, the product is great. Like I need to take some attention away from building and just focus on advertising.
That's generally the best advice. Stop building, start marketing. Yeah. So on top of the usage-based billing, we started doing public demos for voice. So we started deploying and adding more customers to our beta program for them to start testing out the full functionality of inbound voice calling. And that also includes everything with the SaaS configurator to resell voice agents to their customers. So started doing demos for that, started getting out our documentation, some videos, and other materials to be publishing those live. And those demos have been going insanely well. Like, I'm so hyped because I think voice is going to be just the big ticket to 10x our revenue, I think.
Yeah, I would totally agree. I mean, it's been the long anticipated feature, and I think it's the most useful.
Exactly. Yeah. And the cool thing is, yes, we have been working on it for, I mean, probably 8 months now. We started work on this in Q2, and the demos that we have been giving, I prefaced, I've been prefacing every time I mention voice publicly, like, we're still working on it. We're getting feedback. We're improving it so that way when you guys see it for the first time, it's going to be what you would expect. And doing those first demos, I could tell that that work has paid off because people were like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! Great job, guys! Really looking forward to start playing around with this." There are many things I think from a product point of view where we could expand and improve, but we didn't want to hold the release back in order to work on
Yeah.
those things. Like we want to get it out there, get people to start using it, give us more feedback, and then as time goes on, we can improve those things.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's going to be a never-ending road added to the product, but just getting it out there is awesome. Is everybody using it?
Yeah,
What's the
exactly.
adoption been like?
So we're purposely only giving it to a handful of people like a week because we wanted to track usage and track adoption. So we haven't done our full release to all of our customers yet, which I'm hoping I want to do by the end of next week. I just want to really avoid going from like 15 customers to hundreds of customers using it all in one go, and all of a sudden things start breaking or crashing, and or costs just start scaling out of proportion
Mhm.
and things like that. So we'll see, but my end goal was to get everything out by the end of the month. Um, so we'll see kind of how the rest of this week and early next week goes, but we've got a massive website update coming to reflect all of these new updates and changes that I was working on for about like a month ago. And so like that, all that stuff is done. It's just waiting. Like we're just waiting to release everything so that way it's public. So that way when people go to the website and they see that we have voice, like they can sign up and use
Yeah,
voice.
yeah,
Because we get so many people that do that now. They sign up for our platform and they're like, "Oh, we want Stammer to be a workflow AI builder," and we're like, "Well, that's not anything that we do. Like, how did you come to that conclusion?" And we get that a lot with voice too. And it's like, well, we just need to focus on improving voice.
yeah. I think voice is going to be the big application for sure. So I had an interesting conversation with somebody today. Uh, sorry, how's my sound? I think it's pretty bad, eh?
Yeah, but whatever.
Is that any better?
Um, say
Kind
something
of, a
else.
little bit. Not sure.
Oh yeah, maybe a little
Maybe.
bit.
That's brutal. That's my MacBook Air. Okay. All right. Well, we're going no.
That's the better
That's the
audio.
better. I know. I know. There was some. I noticed it
Damn.
today. There was something tripping out with my mic. Okay, I'm just gonna put my
Uh,
computer nice and close, and then you can hear me. So I was.
okay.
I had an interesting conversation with somebody today. Actually, I think I can just say who it is. It was with Andrew Clay. He's a pretty high level media buyer. Over 100 million in annual spend on Meta, and he's looking at ways to automate the agency because service based is a pain sometimes. especially when you have to do the fulfillment and you're not, selling AI agents. Uh, so he was telling me that he gets contacted by a lot of big brands and even existing clients that want to pick his brain. And we film every week and we have a newsletter going, and he has tons of available resources on LinkedIn. And he asked me, he's like, do you think that I could make like Andrew AI and just make a brain of myself that people could have a conversation with either in chat or in a phone call? Like 100% we can do that. And I actually know the platform that you could do this in. Like in theory, you could use Stammer for that exact use case.
Yeah,
Could you
exactly.
integrate it with Slack?
Yeah, yeah, for like for chat. Yeah, for sure.
I think that would be super cool. Or even if it was just like, here's a phone number to talk to Andrew AI. Do you have questions about your account? Do you have questions about your performance? Could you link in a spreadsheet, like a Google Sheet?
Yeah, yeah, you could. Yeah, we've done that in the past.
I think that would be
Um,
super cool if you give somebody a performance report and then just say, this could be so behind the scenes in Slack. You give them a performance report in Google Sheets, and you could say, have questions about this. And then you could just have the AI jump in and answer questions based on the material.
yeah, I mean, I would say that's probably one of the best use cases of AI's core functionality is being able to just synthesize data in a conversation.
Anyway, I thought of
Yeah, we
that, and he's like, I wonder if customers could call me, but it's not actually me. Like, yeah, we could probably do that.
yep. Yeah, we could definitely do that. There's a lot of um like Hermosi did that with his last book
Saw
launch.
that.
What's his face? The other big guy, blanking on his name. Tony Robbins, he's done that. Um, it's becoming a very popular thing, and I'm very curious on what the end user adoption and feedback looks like for something like that. Because I think for someone, and I think with Andrew too, like the the value add is because he's like a high ticket guy or like high value, and some of these things may not totally align with that type of customer base. Like they're like, oh, I'm paying you so X so much money, like I expect X level service.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's definitely true. I think there's, yeah, I mean, you don't want to pay someone thousands of dollars per month and just chat with an AI, but I think it's more just you need to be honest about it and say this is like the beyond office hours, or you want to reach me Sunday at 11 p.m. You can ask a question about your performance here. It's not me, but it's all the information that I know brain dumped into an AI that's going to answer your question for you. And if you can't get through, like I'm going to check the chat the next day or whatever, you can like ping to talk to.
Exactly.
I think you just have to be honest
Yep.
about it.
Yeah, and we started doing that with voice too, where like the first sentence that people hear is like, "Hey, this is Stammer AI. I'm an AI agent, or I'm an agent. I'm an AI agent for Stammer AI. I know everything about the business. Ask me anything." And that setting the tone from the first thing that the person hears makes it better when comparatively to like when you're trying to kind of not trick them, but like put it off as a real human, even though it's kind of obvious that's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, totally. This is not the same thing, but I think it's a comparable learning curve. So you know when all these calendar scheduling platforms came out, and it almost felt rude to say, here's a link to my calendar, you pick a time that works. So there
Mm-hmm.
was this user adoption of it felt rude and people didn't want to do it, to eventually it was like it just became common practice. You almost just include it in your email signature now. I think the same thing is happening with AI. At first, you can feel kind of like you got the wool pulled over you, or you got deceived if you don't know that it's AI, or you don't want to chat to an AI agent at all. But now the tech is getting
Yeah.
so good and it's actually becoming more useful than speaking with a person, that I think it starts to go the other way where people just accept it and they're happy to do it.
Yep. Yep. That's a really good comparison. Yeah, because I mean that really started becoming a thing when we were in the agency world in 2015, 2016,
Yeah.
maybe I would say.
Yeah. And it was so useful. Like it was such a time saving of having to go to your calendar, see if you're available, send it over, and then in the meantime, someone booked up that slot. Like I love
Yep.
scheduling platforms.
Yeah, and I would say that's kind of one of the main things that we're working within the context of making easier to integrate with voice is scheduling platforms to book reservations and meetings and things like that. And what's really annoying is for many years, Calendly, one of the the main choices that everyone uses, their API was locked down so that way you couldn't use their API to schedule new meetings. And from what we can tell, that has recently changed within probably the last couple of months. They have like a new banner at the top of their API, like SDK documentation that says, "Oh, this is now available for AI agents." And we're like, "Oh, like nice, okay." So the goal now is hopefully to have like do cal.com, Google Calendar, GHL, Calendly, like have all of those native integrations available where all you have to do is like click and sign in and select a calendar versus having to use the API to make a function
Yeah,
call
yeah,
and make it more complicated than it needs to be.
yeah. And then you're paying for all those API calls. Or I guess you would be anyway.
I mean, in so many ways, you kind of would be. It would be less with the app in terms of now having usage based billing. You're sending less data to and from. Um,
But I guess the point is just
but
simplicity for the user. Just like
the
yeah,
exactly, yeah. Like, oh, I don't have to paste in an API key to connect scheduling. I can just log in.
right. Yeah.
And when we did that with GHL, like we made our GHL app where that's the workflow. Like you click connect to Stammer and then it opens up a new tab. And if you're already logged in with Stammer, then it closes that tab and automatically brings you back to GHL because it will authenticate your account in the back end. And all of a sudden now you're logged into GHL and everything's like good to go. Like you don't need to worry about which endpoint that you need to paste in or having an HTTP node or it's so much better. Like it's from a user's point of view, like it's 10 times better,
So is that
10
already
times
done?
easier. Yeah, that's been done and live for, I would say, a few months now.
Nice.
And the adoption on that is fantastic because now when we get on support calls and people are like, oh, how do I connect it to send text messages or how do I, have the AI send emails? And it's like, well, we're not a text message platform. We're not an email platform. So the way that most people do this is they do it through their existing CRM that has those services. And GHL is always one of the main examples that we give. And now we can be like, yeah, and now we have this GHL app, which makes it super duper easy for you to make that workflow happen within 30 seconds. Click connect, you're done. Which AI agent do you want to connect it to? Put the ID of that agent in GHL, and then you're done, and that's it.
Yeah,
And
that instant authentication is actually so key. I was setting up a new Buffer account today and connecting our social media accounts to it, and it's the same thing. It's just like
mhm.
sign in with Insta, boom, new page, signed in. Okay, you're back. It's like so simple.
Yeah, when you do that for social media, do you ever have concerns about credential sharing and anything like that with those types of platforms?
Maybe I should, but I don't. I haven't really thought about it.
So when I get hit up, something's happening in the marketing space right now. Like the amount of marketing that these AI companies do is ramping up drastically. For the last, I would say 5 to 6 months, I would average maybe 3 to 5, maybe 7 emails a day of new companies reaching out to me to do brand deals. In the last 2, 3 weeks, I'm getting 10, 15 to 20 emails a day. Like it's the rate of growth is insane. And my content is not scaling, like it's not scaling and as a
Yeah.
parallel. Like it's kind of staying flat right now. So I'm like, what's going on? But a lot of these are agencies or on behalf of businesses that are reaching out, which is quite normal, or there are like new creator platform, like we connect creators with brands to do brand deals. And the way that they are getting people to sign up, I like me, like creators to their platform, is they'll send me an email that says, hey, we've got a brand deal with a company that is interested in working with you. You need to click here to sign up to go to the platform in order to see which company it is and who wants to work with you and how much they want to pay you,
I mean, that's the oldest
which
trick in the book
is,
because they're doing the same thing on the brand side. So like, hey, we've got 5 creators in your niche with this exact targeting, like your exact audience, that are interested in working with you. Click here to sign up.
yeah. And I'm fine with signing up and creating an account. And like, I know Google authentication, and I know how Google authentication works, so I'm fine doing that. But then when they start asking me, "Oh, you need to connect your social media platforms in order for us to like verify your following and your rates and your engagement and things like that," that's when I get sketched out.
That's interesting.
And there's been several cases where I'm just like, I don't want to do that step. Like, I don't. Maybe it's a naive take, but I don't know. It's just like knowing. I don't know. I that's just how I've been feeling lately.
I think that's a fair level of caution, especially on all these new platforms. I mean, I connected to Buffer. This platform's been around for
But
like
they've
20
been
years.
around for
They're
forever.
forever.
Yeah, yeah. I'm talking like brand new.
Yeah, no,
Like
dude, I would
somebody probably vibe coded this shit up in 10
for
seconds,
sure. Yeah,
and
yeah, it was made with Lovable. You just have no idea what the
yeah,
security is.
yeah. Yeah, all of a sudden my Instagram credentials are just stored in like a Google sheet
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, yeah,
Like, god
exactly.
damn it. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, always thinking about security at that level. But
But anyway, voice is up,
anyway,
voice is running.
voices up. Yep. And
Is it only available to select accounts, or could I create a new Stammer account and just get access to voice instantly?
not yet. No, hopefully by the end of next week that will be available. But we wanted to tell existing customers about it first and have them give us feedback. Like I was like, the point of us giving it to you early as a beta tester, so you join another support call and give us feedback of what you liked, what you didn't like. That's how we make the product better. And I mean, that's what I did with you,
Way, way
almost
back.
2.5, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We were just getting on calls and doing stuff like this, where I would demo it to you, and then you'd be like, "Oh, this is cool. I like how this works," or "This doesn't make sense." And you're like, "Okay, let me fix that." And now look where it's at. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how far we've gotten with just the core functionality, and it also makes me think that we could be so much further if we had this stuff out earlier. But the tech, the core technology behind so much of it has just gotten good enough to where we can deploy it without having to spend tens of thousands of dollars on our own GPU server farms and things like that, specifically for voice. We can use cloud services that are connected to each other in order to make it work, that are, doesn't have the latency, doesn't have all the issues that it had before.
I also
But
think there's a benefit to not being the first person on the market and giving everybody a sour taste, like eventually running into the concurrency issue. Like releasing it when it's perfect and taking as much time as you did to launch it and do a slow rollout, uh, it's just going to help your customer support, and it's probably going to help you get more customers and not have to convince old people that tried an old version that no, no, it's better now, trust me.
exactly, yeah. And that's we were talking internally with the team about how as soon as we get all this information out, we get the website updated, like we're going to start blasting our old customer list like an insane amount of times over the next few weeks and months to get them to come back, get them to try out all the new features. Like the platform is far superior to when you left. And there's way more features, and the pricing is still the same for now. So sign up. And that was the other thing too. When I was demoing it and I was telling people like, the additional agents are going to be 35 bucks a month added on top. I was like, are people going to, how are people going to react to that? But because the end customer is not, that's not the end customer. Like that's just the cost against what you're going to sell it against. So it's not necessarily like, oh, I'm being charged 35. It's 35 less what I'm charging.
100%. Yeah.
So the initial feedback on that was like not bad because it's formatted and structured from a technical point of view at the same way that we've done chat. Like you have a balance of agents. If you want more agents, you purchase them. And then same thing with call concurrency. And it took me the demo the demo that I did on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday probably. It took me about 50 minutes to run through it. So I was like, I need to do this several more times so that way I can knock it down to a nice like 15, 20, 30-minute demo and explain all of these things really easily. And one of the best ways that, and Drew actually explained this to me, he was like, yeah, I've been doing demos, and the way I've been explaining it is if you have a call center, you have one human answering phones, like that person can literally only talk to one person at a time. So what do you do if you need to have more calls be accepted and talked to at the same time? Like you hire another person. That's how call concurrency works. Like you just need to hire quote unquote another person, but instead of paying that person, $10, $15 an hour, you're paying $15 a month for an extra call concurrent
100%. Yeah.
connection.
I don't think anybody's arguing with the price to value on having another line. And no one is looking at this from, at least I
Yeah,
think, you shouldn't be looking at this from a cost added basis. You're looking at this from a cost savings basis or just passing the expense on to your customer.
exactly.
You know what would
Yeah.
be an
And
interesting
that's,
metric? No, sorry, it's like at a sort of a side random thought is how much revenue is generated through Stammer from people selling agents. It would kind of be impossible to add because I'm sure people are billing for it outside of the platform. But how much
mhm.
revenue is generated by using the platform versus how much revenue you are generating? And I bet you there's significantly more revenue generated in and amongst your users than you as a company are actually bringing in.
Oh, I already know that's true. Yeah. Like there are some of our customers that are reselling our service for like 10x what we're charging. And that's great. Like I love that because that means that the value that they find is literally 10x what we are providing. And that's not any of the added functionality of things like white labeling and all this added stuff. And so to me that means that that agency is a customer for life of ours, which has high enterprise value comparatively to a white labeled service that they are getting. Like I can create 10x enterprise value off of that customer where that customer can only make 10x revenue.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Because I can sell the company, they can't.
Hmm. Well, I'm sure they could.
They could, yeah, but like they don't own the IP of their white labeled platform.
No, but they still own the operation of the business. Like I think you could very easily build a sellable asset selling white label Stammer agents. It would be the same thing as selling a Facebook advertising agency. You don't own the IP of Facebook, but you own the client list, the operations, the revenue, the people.
Of course, yeah,
It's just selling
but
an
I think
agency.
that
Like they wouldn't get 10x, but you could easily get 3x.
but that's my point. Like the they would be their multiple would be less compared to having the IP.
Yep. Yeah, of
That's
course.
yeah, but that's just where I'm like, oh, I'm not worried about someone making more money than us on our platform because I know that we hold the enterprise value. It's not
Totally, no, no, and I didn't mean it in that way. It's absolutely a good thing that people are making more money on the
Yeah,
platform than you as the company are. I bet you GHL's in the same position. I know GHL agencies that are making like 500 grand a month. It's unbelievable. And it GHL white label went absolutely gangbusters. And for
yeah,
sure, the agencies combined are making way more than the host company, than the parent company.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
But that's the whole point.
that's the whole point. Exactly. Same. I mean, same thing with Shopify. Same thing with all these companies, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Same thing with Amazon. This is a while ago, but Bezos did a speech of like, do you know how many millionaires we've created from people that just bought our stock and believed in the company? It's like they've collectively, people purchasing the stock collectively own way more than like the board or even the founder himself.
That's that's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Reminds me of a post I saw the other day because Nvidia is worth the company is worth like 4.5 trillion or 4.6 trillion now, and they have like 3,600 employees. So each employee has brought in over 100 million in value.
It's unbelievable.
It's insane. I so wish I didn't sell my Nvidia stock in 2018.
Yeah, I mean, I could say that for a lot of things too.
Coulda, shoulda,
Yeah.
woulda. Yeah. Anyway, another interesting little tidbit I want to mention. So, I was watching this video about how AI models are trained currently, large LLMs, large language models that are trained on text. And the forefront models like GPT-5 and Grok 4 and Gemini 2.5 or Gemini 3, they're all collectively trained individually on the totality of all available text ever made by humans in the history of the world ever, which is roughly about 15 trillion tokens of data. And each token is about a word. The comparison is that between the ages of 0 to 4, a newborn baby to becoming a little toddler, is taking in the same amount of data by the time they're 4 years old. They've consumed about 15 trillion tokens worth of data through their eyes, through the ocular nerve. Because as humans, we take an input of about 15 megabytes of data per second with like all of our senses. And so the argument was how at the way that these AI models are currently built and trained, they've already gotten as good as they can be because there's no more data for them to be trained on because they're fundamentally trained on text, large language models. So the next iteration is they're going to have to be trained visually or with other mediums of data because they're currently at a wall. And this breaks kind of the whole concept of getting to AGI or super intelligence or how AI is going to take over the world. The current technology fundamentally cannot get better because the input that they're getting trained on is now limited. So you look at things like how Tesla is like their entire fleet of cars is recording all of the roads, and then all of that data is now being visually categorized and as input to be used by training other AI models. Uber just announced that they're allowing their drivers, when they're not driving, to do like small gig work where they can look at an image and then label the image, and that can then provide more visual input. And I think a lot of these companies are starting to figure out ways where they can do this at scale because they know that the next iteration of these AI models has to be trained on not 15 trillion tokens, but maybe like 50 or 100. And the only way to get there is mass quantities of visual and audio and other types of data that
That's
I
so
can't even think
interesting.
of.
That's very interesting. I haven't heard that before. But all of a sudden, I'm feeling very bullish about my Meta stock with their all their new wearable tech. Because I mean, that's
Where?
going somewhere, obviously.
Oh yeah, all the every all of it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
interesting. That's so interesting. I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing that, but imagine the foresight that Meta had when they're investing billions of dollars into wearable tech. And now all of a sudden, like their new, is it called the Oculus? Or not?
Oh, the new
Yeah,
glasses, the Meta Ray Bans with display.
they're sick. Like they're super cool. If you've watched the product demos, I can't believe how well it functions or any of the reviews. It's very interesting. So,
Oh, you've seen
oh
reviews?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good
Have you
reviews?
watched the MKBHD review?
Did that come out like recently?
Like
In
two
the
weeks
last?
ago, a month ago maybe.
Oh,
You should check it out.
I saw that. Uh, after the
Well, I mean,
the
that would
thing that
solve the
I've been
problem.
seeing.
Like if they get critical mass on that,
Yeah,
like if Meta gets
yeah.
market saturation on the wearable glasses, imagine the amount of data or like tokens that you could train an AI on.
I saw a couple of reviews recently of people being like, yeah, so in order to buy them, you have to do an in-person demo of the product, which means you have to go into like a Best Buy to get a product demo by like some kid who works at Best Buy. And people are saying that the demo process is horrendous. Like they kept breaking, the Wi-Fi wasn't connecting, nothing was working. The Best Buy employee was saying like, "Oh, you did something like with your hand and to like get that menu to be closed or something." The guy's like, "I didn't move my hand at all. Like it's not working." And the result was, "Oh, this demo completely destroyed my want." Excuse me, sorry. Destroyed my want uh, to purchase this product.
That's actually very interesting. I haven't seen any of that yet.
So
I
I'm
thought it was
curious to see
self-serve
kind of
checkout. I didn't know that.
maybe it is now. Once they're getting that feedback, they just want people to purchase it. I don't know, but the other version, the Meta Ray Bans with the camera, like just that version where you can like take photos and videos like POV style, those are fantastic. I've heard really good things about those. There's a couple guys that wear them playing pickleball now because they can get some really cool like POV shots of them playing pickleball. I was like, oh damn, that's kind of sick. I want those for literally just for that use
Yeah, yeah,
case.
yeah.
I was like, I kind of want them.
That is really cool. I know. I thought about getting that just for filming my kids, just because
Oh, you should.
I can take great pictures and videos, and I never have to have my phone out. I should have it for that reason, actually.
You should. Yeah, go get some right now.
Okay.
Go get some
What,
today.
what are they? Meta Ray-Ban,
Meta Ray Ban. I think just Meta Ray Bans.
Meta Ray-Ban display. I want the display. I want the thing.
I don't know. I would. I don't know. I would look at
Poke around.
more reviews and things before you take that plunge
Okay.
because they also do look thicker and chunkier and
Oh no, for sure, no
yeah,
doubt.
that might be a good version 2 product to
I
buy.
know. I was thinking that too. I think a lot of people are feeling that.
Yeah, because that's what the Meta Ray Bans now are. They're on the Gen 2, so like the better camera, better it's like better everything after all the customer feedback and everything.
They look great.
Yeah. Well, maybe next week we'll both have Meta Ray Bans on and we can we can film each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, now I'm just looking at this product page. Okay. I'll do it later.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm excited
How about
to hear how voice rolls out more.
yeah. What about Bambi? What's the latest there?
Latest on Bambi. So this is interesting. We launched the free version early September, so it's been, I guess, a month and a half or so. And
Okay.
no surprise, our trials completely dropped off. because now when people see a free version, they're like, okay, I'll just use the free version. But then when you select free, we move to a like a side paywall, more of an info wall. That's like, no problem. We're unlocking premium for you for a week anyway, so you can try it out and you get the full experience. So it's the classic, like you get all the services before you have to pay. So what we're seeing is our trials have like completely dropped off a cliff, but the revenue is relatively stable. We're down like 20%, so nothing crazy at this level. Um, but now we're seeing so many more annual subscriptions coming in. So every day we're getting new annual subscriptions because people have not just subscribed to the monthly trial, because before it was a forced paywall. It was 7 days free and then subscribe monthly or subscribe annual. Now people are not subscribing at all. They're starting a trial. Or sorry, they're like automatically unlocking the free features. And then after the 7 days, when the premium expires, then they're forced to choose a plan if they want to keep accessing premium features. Or you can just continue to use the app for free without our AI tools or nap time predictor. That's the only thing that's locked. Everything else is free, but it's the most valuable thing, obviously. So
Yeah.
now there's no more trials, which is really interesting. Instead, people are just choosing the annual subscription. So subscriber
Hmm.
growth like when we made it for free dropped down a little bit, to be expected, and now it's completely plateaued. So like user growth has plateaued and now it's starting to grow again because we're bringing in more users that are on free, and then when they open the app up again and it's expired, they choose the annual plan. Am I making sense?
Yeah. So when they get pushed to that paywall, is there an option to still go monthly or yearly?
Yeah. There's still an option for it, but I think at that point you've experienced the value that you're just opting for annual anyways.
Got it. Because the value or the yearly is what, like 50 a month or 50 a year or something versus
$45
10 a
a
month.
year or $10 a month.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's
So
kind of a no-brainer. But I think when people first download it and they haven't tried it yet, and we do a hard paywall, they opt for monthly to just unlock the 7 day free trial and then forget switch
yeah.
the subscription, and then it charges on the month. So yeah,
Hmm.
so that has been interesting. It didn't decrease revenue as much as I thought it was going to. Because the whole goal here is if you make it free, we can get way more users in, which means we get a lot more data. So our heat maps are going to be a lot easier to understand because we just have critical mass. And it also means we can get a lot more reviews if people can start using it for free. And we're competing with every other app on the marketplace that has a free version and a paid version.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was kind of the thought process. So that's been good. I'm glad that we did the switch. Now we just need to ramp up marketing. So Kathy and I were on vacation for pretty much 2 months. So now we're when I say on vacation, I mean away from our house, which means no help with the kids, which means we're 100% on duty with both boys. Uh, so
Yeah.
it's just hard to get anything done. Anyway, now we're back in Warsaw. We've got some full-time help. So now I can get back to work and Kathy can get back to filming. Um, so anyway, other update, hired a full-time content editor and social media manager, which is great. So every day, Kathy and I are filming. We're adding content into a shared Google Drive or iCloud Drive, and then she's editing and scheduling, and then also doing all of our carousels, our statics, and some influencer community management. So it's a full time position. Um, so yeah, I'm hoping that will just help us post more frequently because anytime we post a video, we get downloads. It's just I hate to make the excuse, but with two little kids at home, it's just a matter of having the time to actually film content and stitch it together and get it out there and like manage the comments and do all the other things.
Yeah. You definitely need those Meta Ray Bans for sure. Just Meta film this, and then all of a sudden it's just more footage in the drive there for the person.
I think I do.
Yeah. What? How did you find that social media person?
LinkedIn. Just made a LinkedIn job posting.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
Like made a
Local, or you said
funny side.
you said France, I
Yeah, she's
think.
from France. Yeah. Yeah, from France, lives in France. We've got dates scheduled that she's going to fly into Warsaw and do some filming in our house. But then Kathy and I are also just going to take some normal content.
Yeah.
Funny
Nice.
side quest on finding this hire. I posted a job posting on LinkedIn. This is obviously geared towards new moms with babies who are going to take breastfeeding videos and like videos of their children sleeping. So I specified in LinkedIn, I'm like looking for a mom with young kids who's comfortable like making this type of content. Flagged, banned, removed from LinkedIn. I got completely blacklisted from LinkedIn for almost
Oh no.
so this hire has been such a delayed process because I couldn't get back on and like review our applicants or anything. Anyway, I had to like jump through a bunch of hoops. Finally got my account back. So now we're in the full swing of things. So she's starting mid-November.
Oh man.
Yeah, I
Damn.
know.
That's that's like you're so innocently posting that, like not even thinking that that's gonna go against content policies
Dude, I
and
know. I thought if I said like I need a white male, then then they would just hate me for it. But I'm like, I need a mom because this is like, taking breastfeeding content, so should have a newborn. And it's like
yeah,
flagged.
yeah.
Anyway,
That's
that's how it
funny.
goes. I'm back online now.
Well, well, yeah. At least they allowed you to petition and you could get your account
Yeah.
back. That's good.
So now
Yeah.
I'm making a bunch of app demo videos. Tara's filming some ads. We have ads launching in 2 weeks. We have this girl coming on in organic social in a month, and then I'm making a bunch of static. So we're preloading all of our socials basically. That's the big update right now.
Nice. Yeah, we're looking at doing some ads too shortly. Excited to see how that go. We finally got the pixel getting data. We figured out like how to within our app how to track that data correctly.
Nice. That's really cool.
Only only took 2 years, but whatever.
It's done now.
Yeah. So
Nice.
nice.
That's awesome. Well, when you go to set up ads, let me know. I'd love to run through it with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right, dude. Let's catch up next week and see how voice is rolling out.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. And yeah, I'll see you next week with the Meta Ray Bans on.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Cool. All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right, thanks guys. See ya.